And good morning from McKenzie Mountain right here in Republic, Washington. It's a good morning, 26 degrees out right now, and I can feel the cold. It's frost is frozen on the car today, and you can see on the windshield, and kind of a bitter little bit of a cold outside, although it's not as cold as it ought to be. And I keep seeing these things, weather forecasts on YouTube. Sometimes I think they're just meant to be clickbait, get people to watch them, but they're talking about big storm reversal and that we have weather coming and all of that. The Apple weather app shows a couple of days of snow within the next couple of weeks, but that's about it. Mostly sunshine, and with a couple of days, a little bit of snow. And again, right now, I can, with my imagination, I can see just a little bit of frozen precipitation. That might just be frozen fog kind of coming down or something like that. The fog is pretty high above me. I can't see the top of Gibraltar, but it is above, the cloud level layer is above my head for sure. And I'm at about 2,500 feet right here, maybe 23, where we're sitting at today. And so I've been up pretty early. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. A log truck woke me up. We do have our house, the hill sits right above the intersection of Highway 21 and Highway 20. And so as Highway 21 comes into the town of Republic and meets with Highway 20, there's a hill that you go up, and so those log trucks come up that hill, and they have to kind of press the gas just a little bit. And I don't want to make it sound like it's loud or something, because it's not. It's very peaceful and nice up here. In fact, I enjoy the sound of those log trucks coming up and down. I enjoy that sound. But I heard that first one, it just woke me up. Usually I don't pay attention to them at all, but that first one, it woke me up about 3 o'clock. And then from there on, I could just hear truck after truck after truck coming. And my mind, I'm thinking about those loggers, and I've known several loggers. I'm thinking about a guy that we knew, a good friend in Astoria, Kenny Ness. He's now passed away. Thinking about Kenny and thinking about his actual, how were they related? They're related, but I don't remember how now. Joe Jasper. So I was thinking Kenny Ness and Joe Jasper, loggers, and 3 o'clock in the morning was nothing for them. I can remember Kenny was a neighbor of mine for a while, and Kenny would be gone to work. He'd leave at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning so that he could be up in the mountains where he's logging by daylight, and then he'd be home. He'd get home relatively early, I guess 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and he'd spend the rest of the afternoon maintaining his equipment, his log trucks and the other equipment that he had. He'd do all the maintenance work on those that he needed to do. And then about dark time, he'd start making phone calls and planning, making arrangements and planning for the next job that he was going to do. And so he'd work till 2 o'clock in the morning, and then of course the day holds different aspects, different parts for him, but he'd start like at 2 or 3 in the morning and work until 11 o'clock at night. And he made a pretty good living. I had some folks in the church that get kind of jealous of him, because he made so much money. And but I kept thinking, you could make more money too if you were willing to work from 3 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. You could probably make some more money too. I was telling my family the other day, and talking to my mom and my sister about answers to prayer. When I first started the ministry, I heard a preacher say, that God has always answered his prayers for money, usually by giving him a job. There you go. The Lord bless you and keep you, and make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace.